So right now I am standing on my vibration plate, talking to you, letting you know exactly what I'm doing and how what you're doing on the vibration plate affects you differently. So I'm just showing you that I'm on the vibration plate right here, and and having a little fun goofing around. And it's 6 a.m. in the morning, so I am an early morning person. So when I stand on the vibration plate, see how I'm messing with my goblet there? When you lean forward, it kind of jiggles in the throat area. When you bend your knees and lean forward, it jiggles in the tummy area. And when you stand straight, it affects the complete body. So there are different things that you could do where you could feel more jiggling in certain areas depending on how you stand. In here, I'm showing you my tools that I'm going to use on myself. I have the fascia blaster paddle. I have my metal scraper. That is black tea. I have my thermometer, and then I have my dry brush and oil. And I have my thermometer. I didn't do the process, but it depends on the process that you do. You need a thermometer to keep temperature of your skin. So right now I'm going to dry brush my legs. I should have started at the top. Let me give that disclaimer. And I know better, but I was trying to get content. So really I should have started at the top of my thigh. But I started dry brushing and just like, giving you all an example of how to do yourself. Just know that next time, start from the top, okay? You want to start as close to the lymphatic system as possible, and then go to the further extremities. So there are times when I like to contract my muscles, and you're going to see that throughout the video. Just so like I can, like when you contract the muscles, it pushes against the skin and gives you a little resistance. And then I just, try to get the back of my legs the best that I can. This is me doing me, which is so funny. You see how I'm pushing the fluid to my groin area to, push it towards my lymphatic drainage site. Because I did the brushing to get the superficial water under my skin, so now I'm going to use oil so I can then go in and get a little, more vigorous, and then it graduates as I go along, as you'll see. And yeah, I have on 2 different gloves. I know I had 1 glove left before I opened the box for the set for the black glove, so I'm like, I'm going to use this glove. I paid for it. Now I'm going to use the fascia blaster. Again, started wrong. I should have started closer to the site. I know. I was just so happy to get myself in. I was frantic. When you perform services on other people, you tend to focus on them and give them the services that they need, that you fall to the back. It's like, the great hairdressers, they don't have time to do their own hair because they're booked. It's like anything else. If you're a great doctor, you're booked. If you're a great personal trainer, you're continuously booked. I am so booked, and I have a regular full-time job that I was just so happy to get myself in. I had to wake up at 5 o'clock to get myself in. That is so insane but funny to me. I'm very grateful though. That paddle is the bomb. That is the Fascia Blaster paddle by Ashley Black. I love it. It was gifted to me from my great friend. Thank you very much. I use it. Michelle, I use it. Get in the back of my legs. Drawing that blood to the surface. Getting some good stimulation. softening the muscles, multi-purpose here. Then I go in with my hand, and again you see how I rotate and I pull the fluids into my groin area. Really pulling and pressing. That's when I said it gets a little aggressive as we go along. I kid you not, I was having a great time. Going in that circular motion, using both of my hands at the same time, really pushing those fluids to my groin area. More oil. So when you do dry brushing to stimulate your lymph system, you do not want to use oil. After you do that process, then you use oil, and you really can get in there and massage the skin and, you know, soften the muscles and push whatever you need to push towards your lymphatic site. That was black tea. So even though I have oil on, I do like to mix the black tea in there because it does serve a purpose. You can go and Google the benefits of green tea and black tea for skin. Green tea has a different purpose. So here I am using my scraper, digging even deeper into the tissue than with my fascia blaster. I really enjoy scraping. I go to a doctor's office and get scraping and cupping along with needling on a regular. Some weeks I go 3 times a week. I really enjoy the services as well as the results. Make sure you got plenty of oil on. As you see, my leg is oiled up nicely so that the blade actually glides. However, I'm using pressure to dig into the muscle to soften it up. Watch this flex. Watch this flex. I think I'm gonna flex. Huh? I didn't flex, but I will. Again, working on the back of the legs. This is the easiest way to work on the back of the legs. Just lie down and, you know, lift your leg up and dig in. Tap into the tissue, made it nice and soft. Now I am going to go over my legs that I didn't pull, you know, the blood to the top of the surface. Got the tissue, the muscle tissue nice and soft. So now I'm going to do cavitation on myself to give my leg that little extra oomph. You know, going at a nice steady pace, not rushing it. I do go at a lot slower pace when I'm working on someone else, and I do slow it down on myself just to like really focus on emptying out those fat cells. This is cavitation. Really digging deep, like pushing the head of the device into my skin, making sure I'm lubricated with oil so that the machine can glide over my muscles. Even slippery, but for some reason the gloves, they don't get as slippery as your hands do in trying to squeeze the handles and, operate. I just like wearing gloves personally. And I think it's professional, even though I'm working on myself. Working on my inner thigh, my adductors. Working up and down, going into my groin area. I do circular motions as well as long strokes. Keeping the head of the device connected to the skin. I did not lift it up. Keeping that vibration going. Can you see me digging into the actual tissue? There's the circular motions. I'm digging into the muscle here. Pressing firmly. There are multiple heads on the machine and they all serve a different purpose. So some clients need all the services that the machine offers and some clients need one or the other. Me, myself, I just chose to do the cavitation today because I did a lot of hand manipulation. I used other tools to pull the blood to the surface to warm up the muscle. So I didn't use the RF portion of the machine. However, I will use the vacuum portion of the machine. That also is gonna, go behind what I do with my hand of pulling the, emptied fluids into my lymph system. So use the vacuum as well to pull the skin, what's under the skin into the lymph system. All of this is done in real time. I did not speed up a video. I just kept it in real time. I did shorten it by not showing that I did both sides of my body. So you'll see the little interruptions in the clips where I was going to go from the left side of my body to the right side of my body. I just focused on one side of my body for this purpose of this shortening this video, but I actually did my entire lower half, both legs. So now that I emptied the fat cells, I'm gathering the fluid that is released and pushing it to the lymph system. And what happens is that it goes into your bladder and you release it out when you go to the washroom. I like to use my arm to give it some more pressure. You see how I'm moving it all towards my inner thigh into my groin area and pulling it up towards the lymph system again. So now it's time for me to transition to the back of my legs with the cavitation. Getting myself situated, adding more oil. Again, you want that cavitation head to glide over your skin as you give it some pressure and push in. Wiping down the handle of the cavitation so it doesn't slip. Again, giving myself some long strides and strokes up and down my hamstring. It's so difficult doing yourself, but you gotta make time or go seek out another professional that offers the same services. device to go in and empty out the fat cells. So remember, guys, you never get rid of fat cells unless you have them removed, aka liposuction. However, you can empty them and flatten them. So what this device does is it actually empties them, empties out the fat cells, and then you push the fluid into your lymphatic system, and then you empty it out via urination. So you see, this video has been abbreviated to just over 20 minutes, and that's just one leg. So if you're getting both legs done, depending on your technician, the length of time. I actually offer multiple services. So this is just one of them, and I was just polishing off myself, aka the Chicago body polisher. So I was just, doing my legs before leg day. I have legs today, and so this is you could do it before or after exercise. It's great to exercise afterwards, though. It's like really, really good to exercise afterwards. Exercise also helps to empty out the lymphatic system. And depending on how much you empty from your fat cells, you might have quite a bit accumulated into your lymphatic system. Which are beautiful muscles, by the way. Now I'm going with the hand manipulation, pushing any content to my groin again. You see how I make these circuits, like these elongated, twisting motions with my hand to pull it to my groin. Mind you, the cavitation and the vacuum is all on the same machine. My machine has 5 different heads on it. I do have another machine as well. Well, I have quite a few machines. Everything does something different. So I can offer a variety of services. And I have another machine on the way. I can't wait to get that one. You see the motion, the vacuum motion. Some people like the vacuum the way it feels. It has that suction, and you just drag it along your skin. Vacuum is adjustable so that you can make it just glide over your skin, or you can make the tug a little more hard, like you can make the suction more tight, I guess you would say, so that the suction pulls the skin a little bit harder. I'm showing you here the suction. You see how I'm lifting it off my skin. I actually like a firm suction. Not everyone likes a firm suction. I want that fluid to move. And it doesn't mean that it doesn't move if it's a lighter suction, because it absolutely does. Now, that's the finished product of that. And I go back in with my hand. I really, really, really enjoy hand manipulation a lot, because I'm very sensitive, and I can feel the fluid, and I actually like watching the fluid flatten out. It's really strange. I love it. That's the end result for this leg.